Good morning. I wanted to come in because this case on Carlee Russell um, is really perplexing. So, my understanding, and from what everything is being put out, and a lot of it is speculation because the cops are still investigating and they're not releasing too much information. Um, we know that allegedly Carlee was speaking to her family on the phone, and she said that was a baby. And she got out of the car to go and try to help this baby. Before then, it is said that she had went to a Target and she bought snack foods and stuff like that. And those were located in her vehicle with her cell phone and her wig at the time of her disappearance, or at the scene of her disappearance. Um, but the police, the Hoover Police Department, is saying that um, they haven't located any evidence of a toddler walking down the interstate, which I find that hard to believe that no other car saw this toddler. While when I did a live, people were saying that toddlers have been used to lure women, excuse me, for sex trafficking. And they also released that they had received no additional calls about a toddler walking down the interstate. And there were numerous vehicles that were passing through that area at the time. And they have surveillance video, from the freeway or the interstate. um, they also obtained video evidence, surveillance video of Carlee uh, walking down the sidewalk um, prior to arriving at her residence, and she was alone. The fire department was called. They said that they were dispatched to her residence on an unresponsive but breathing person. And they said that was the term that was used in their initial dispatch. This is I'm finding this hard to believe. It is reminding me of that Sharon Papini case. And now her boyfriend, he's put out a statement saying that she fought for her life. Her parents said that she was traumatized mentally. And they said when the firefighters did arrive, or the first responders did arrive, she was breathing, she was conscious and speaking, and she was transported in that condition. She was later treated and released from the hospital, is what the statement read. They also saying that numerous evidentiary items are being evaluated, and those items are key in the process of determining exactly what took place 49 hours during the time that Carlee was missing. Again, there is surveillance video from the interstate that shows no baby. No other motorists, passerbys, whatever you want to call them, called in anything about a baby or a toddler on the interstate. And there's so much interest in this case. I'm trying to wrap my head around this because it's making no sense to me. Her car was running when they found it, and as I said, the wig, the snacks, and her cell phone was inside. So my thing is, how did you get back to your parents' house? Where were you? They said that they've tried to they got a brief statement from her, the same what he did with Shannon Pepini, whatever her name is. Um, and they're trying to get another statement from her. This is crazy. And my understanding is when you look at this Highway 280 or Interstate, whatever it is, there's a lot of traffic. It's heavy, heavy traffic. But she said, maybe, and to me, I don't know if she was having some kind of episode. There was nothing that's been said about her having bipolar or anything else. But you reported a toddler walking down the interstate. This is everybody is interested in the story. Everybody. And there's supposed to be a press conference today. So the police can talk about this case. And I really want to know what else there is about this case because something is not adding up. There is something that's missing in this case. This is now see, and what gets me too is she was supposed to have gone to some kind of convention or something to do with her nursing, and several cops had met her and said she was honest, she was straightforward, she was dedicated to becoming a nurse. But then there are other statements that said that she left her job around 8:20 that evening and she disappeared shortly after that. So this is there's too many, to me, there's too many contradictions right now. And I can't even say, I'm not even going to say contradictions. There's just too much of a hodgepodge. Too much of a hodgepodge. But there was no reports of a missing child. Again, heavy traveled interstate. Heavily traveled. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Highway 280, but I think it's Highway 459, Interstate 459. Again, it's just too, it's all over the board. So I want to know your thoughts on this case. I really do. Um, and it's so much stuff here. And every time you turn around, the boyfriend, uh, the employer, the parents, friends of the family, they're giving different accounts of different things. Now, did she speak to all of these people? Did she? That's what I'm. Because the previous, I mean, I'm serious. Before then, she had been to some kind of, I don't know, it was career day or some kind of fair that she was. I can't. I say a fair. It could have been a work fair. What I'm talking about, and she had met with the police department. She had showed interest in her career and finishing her nursing degree, everything. And then you hear that she was at work, but they did say earlier that day. But then you hear statements she left work at 8:20. So again, Then her family's talking, but she was fighting for her life during these 2 days that she disappeared. What happened when she got to the hospital? Undoubtedly, she was well enough for them to release her. And there's a lot of people that are coming and they're speaking out. Um, Even the neighbors, everybody that was involved in that search, everybody that was involved in that search, they are coming after this young woman and her family because they want to know what's the truth. And then I read someplace where an ex FBI agent stated that she could have had a mental health breakdown, which I stated when I did my live. It reminded me of my niece and the episodes that she would have. Something happened for her to disappear. Now, I want to know when they pulled this surveillance video. And if you heard what I said, they have surveillance of that interstate. I want to know when they pull that surveillance, what are they going to talk about today? Because it will show what happened. And if you're on the interstate, you know, especially if you live in Maryland or any, there are cameras all over the place. There are cameras here. I want to know, in Houston, there are cameras. You can go online and you can find any accident, whatever. I want to know, what are they going to talk about when they do this press conference today? What is this surveillance video going to show? Those are just my thoughts. I appreciate everyone listening to me, and I want to see what happens. Thank you guys, and have a great day.